already thermosetting and thermoplastics. Let us study now the plastic as materials of choice. So if we are thinking of storing food items like milk, maybe rice, maybe pickles or some chemicals, so we require plastics. It seems to go through or to buy plastic containers. So the reason it is light in weight, lower price, good strength and easy handling. So because of this reason, so we are using more and more plastic items nowadays. So it is a light in weight, lower price, good strength and easy to handle. So that's why we are using. So it can be recycled or maybe it can be bent easily. All these reasons plastic as a materials of our choice. So in this, which are the characteristics? We have studied already the types. So what are synthetic fibers, how it is prepared and the types of synthetic fibers, types of plastics. Now let us study the characteristics of plastics. What are the characteristics of plastics? First, plastic is non-reactive, as we know that. So if we keep iron nail outside or any iron things outside in rainy season or in moisture, so it will get rusted. A brown color or a green color appears materials on the surface of the metal. So that is called the rusting. So here plastic is non-reactive, not corroded easily. So we won't get rust. So that's why there is a one material we are using nowadays in maximum amount. Plastic is non-reactive. So hence we are using in high amount. The second one, plastic is light, strong and durable. While comparing to some of the copper vessels or metal, so etc., it will be corroded, it will be rusted, etc. But here it is very light, strong, durable, so we can exchange the places, etc. So that is the reason, so we are adopting to our plastics. Third one, plastic and poor conductor. So maybe you observed the wire, it is covered, copper is covered with the plastic coating. The reason is it is a poor conductor of electricity. So that's why, so we are preparing or we are manufacturing plastic in more, plastic in the health care industry. So only in the preparation of wire or maybe only in the preparation of vessels, a container or etc. As a maybe a non-reactive material. So while preparing the chair, table, etc. as a durable one. So only this no, still we are using in healthcare industry. For example, after operating the body, they stick the body. So because that thread is prepared with the plastics. Melting plastic is available now, and then maybe the syringe, use and throw syringes are available now. So that is also made by the plastics, and main different instruments are used, are prepared with the plastics, and also some of the main chemicals we are keeping inside the plastic container. The next one is in the Teflon, on which oil and water do not stick. So maybe you have observed in advertisement or maybe in your kitchen. So now beautiful vessels or pans available with the red, blue, yellow, different colors. And inside that, if you observe, a black coated color is present. That is nothing but Teflon coat. What is that Teflon coat? On which oil and water do not stick. So it will get heat easily. So that is the one reason Teflon is using in maximum amount at present. Last one, fireproof plastics. So firemen are using, so they are using the coat prepared or synthesized by the plastic. Which plastic it is? Fireproof plastics, that is prepared with the plastic called melamine. As I said, it resists fire. So that's why they prepare or they synthesize with the plastic called the melamine. It will resist fire. So we said already it will catch fire easily, but one inverse to that, so that is one chemical or plastic that is called melamine. So it will resist fire. So that's why we are using in fireproof plastics. So these are the characteristics of plastic. Plastic is non-reactive. Plastic is light, strong and durable. Plastics, it is a poor conductor. Plastics in healthcare industry. The Teflon on which oil and water do not stick. That's why we are applying a coat of Teflon on to the different food container or maybe the vessels, etc. Fireproof plastics are used in the maybe fireman will use because of the coating of melamine. So all these are the characteristics of plastics. Still we are using many plastics for to synthesize and to produce different types of things, toys, etc. So that's why it is one part of our life now at present. Whether it is good or bad, let us study. So if we deposit after using, if we throw the plastic material, whether it is good, whether it will decompose in nature, etc. Let us study one by one. So we have studied already the different types of plastics. Let us study plastic and the environment. Plastics and the environment. So while studying plastics, so we know that if we buy the plastic, in all the things they wrap the plastic and we are carrying in the polythene bag and we are throwing here and there and we are dumping in one corner, and as it is we are throwing to the soil at the earth. So whether it will decompose or whether it will be recycled, the earth's surface, let us study. So if you throw as it is the plastic things at the polythene, etc., so it will block the drainage and maybe it will block the growth of the roots, etc. So the plastic and the environment, the two topics we are going to study. The first one is called biodegradable. Biodegradable, and the second one is called the non-biodegradable. So define biodegradable and define non-biodegradable are like the difference between biodegradable and non-biodegradable. The biodegradable is a process where the natural process, the things will be decomposed into a good manure or good inorganic salt, etc. The things which will decompose by an organism and it will convert into a manure, it will convert into an inorganic salt, that will be absorbed from the roots of the plants, and that will be again it will be eaten by in the different consumer level in the food chain. So biodegradable is a natural process where using mainly bacteria, a microorganism. So earthworm acts as a decomposer. It will not convert everything and whatever waste material is there. So just it will turn the waste material or vegetable waste into a manure. But bacteria, so it will decompose the dead plants and animals. So for example, here we can see the two pots. In one pot have taken vegetable waste, a dead leaf, cow dung, soil plus moisture. So absorb for more than 30 days or maybe 15 days or maybe 2 or 3 months. So the second pot, so I have taken plastic material, waste material like polythene bag, wrappers, etc. plus soil plus water. So whether it will decompose in the both pot you have to absorb. After 15 days or 30 days or maybe after 2 or 3 months, in the first pot all the material will turn into a huge mass that is called manure. Manure or nothing but the inorganic soil, it will be absorbed by the plants. So all the materials will be decomposed through bacteria and it turns into a good manure. Nothing will remain as it is in the soil surface. It will turn into a good manure and inorganic soil that will be absorbed through the root of the plants. So this is nothing but biodegradable. The things which can be decomposed by bacteria and some chemicals, especially from bacteria, is called biodegradable waste. Which are the biodegradable waste? Vegetable waste, the dead leaves, dead organisms, and the etc. So these are called which can be decomposed easily using bacteria or biodegradable. Second one, non-biodegradable. So whether the plastic will decompose with the soil or with the water, no, it will remain as it is. So that's why I said we are using plastics, maybe the chocolate wrappers or maybe the covers or wrappers using different food items, etc. As it is, we are going to the earth's surface. Imagine the condition. So the plastic material, waste material with the soil, so it will never decompose. So that's why they are called non-biodegradable. The reason is non-biodegradable is a process where the plastic will not decompose by bacteria. Still there is a progress. Still there is scientists are finding whether any bacteria is there to decompose plastic egg. The results are not available, but still we can say non-biodegradable waste are the one. So the plastic will not decompose easily in the earth's surface. When you burn the plastic, maybe the process is very slow. So half burned, what we can say, so it releases high amount of gases, different dangerous gases, leads to the air pollution. So that is also comes under non-biodegradable. Biologically non-biodegradable, the substance which cannot be decomposed by bacteria or non-biodegradable waste. Then what is our part? So what is our duty? To protect the nature from plastics. So the first one, avoid the use of plastics as far as possible. As I said, it is now one part of a human being. That is, we are totally dependent 99.9% towards plastic, but avoid the use of plastics as far as possible because it will not decompose in the earth's surface. The second one, make use of bags made of cotton, jute, etc. So that can be degradable. So that's why we have to use, we have to practice the use of cotton or the bags which are prepared with the cotton or jute. The third one, bio and non-biodegradable waste should be collected separately. Bio and non-biodegradable waste should be collected separately. We have studied already the difference between biodegradable and non-biodegradable waste. So then after studying biodegradable and non-biodegradable waste, what is our duty related using plastics? First one, avoid the use of plastics as far as possible because it will not decompose in the earth's surface. Second, make use of bags made up of cotton and jute. The reason is it will decompose easily in the earth's surface. The third one, bio and non-biodegradable waste should be collected separately, maybe in your kitchen, etc. So when we are keeping the dustbin, so keep one dustbin for the wet waste and dry waste and the plastics. Then so we can give separately to the municipality where they decompose in a different way. So that is the our duty. Bio and non-biodegradable waste should be collected. So separately. Next, recyclable plastic. All plastics cannot be recycled. Only few plastics can be recycled, like your PET jar, PET, polyethylene, tetraphthalate. That plastic only can be recycled. Like PVC, we cannot recycle easily. So then, last, as a student, as a human being, what is my responsibility? So we have to adopt a technology and we have to adopt a topic called 5Rs in my life. Reduce, reuse, repurpose, refuse, recycle. 5R, that's why the term called 5Rs. Reduce the plastic as much as possible or as far as possible. Reuse some of the plastic container which will buy pickles or maybe ghee, etc. You can use it for different purpose. Next, repurpose broken things like a coffee mug, etc. You can prepare or you can make it as an vase, etc. That is called repurpose. Refuse the plastic materials or the plastic bag. Use whichever the bags made up of cotton or jute. Recycle only recycle few plastic like PET jar, etc. So these are the methods, these are the things we have to adopt in our life to make a free our environment with the plastics. So then only we can breathe, we can live a healthy life in the nature without polluting our nature, and then the nature itself gives the good things to a human being. When we are protecting our nature, the nature itself will protect us.